What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Born Ballin', and today we got some more trades for you guys. Today we're gonna look at 4 players who are getting traded because of their teammates. Yes, it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes you can't keep everybody. Now, before we hop right into it, I would be remiss if I didn't say congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, only 26 years old, and the legacy he already has, it's amazing. He's putting up historic numbers, a 50-piece, then going to get a 50-piece the next morning. That's GOAT stuff right there. Chris Middleton, from the G League to an Olympian to a champion, a sniper. Hey, everybody has great stories on that team. Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker. There's a lot of great feel-good stories on the team. So congratulations to them. Not Coach Bud. He got lucky. But congratulations to the Bucks. Now let's hop right into it. Like I said, today we are going to be talking about 4 players, 2 bigs, and 2 teammates that are getting traded because of their teammates. Now, the first 2 players are James Wiseman and Miles Turner. The last 2 are a pair of Timberwolves teammates. And those teammates are D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards. Why would they trade Anthony Edwards? You guys gotta watch the end of the video. Let's hop right into it. James Wiseman has shown flashes of greatness with the Warriors. Has he shown enough though? The Warriors are trying to win a championship right now, and James Wiseman isn't championship ready right now. So I could definitely see him getting moved this offseason because the Warriors, their window is closing. Draymond's only getting older and diminishing offensively by the second. Steph's only getting older. Clay is 2 injuries in now. So their window, it's starting to look like this every single second. Trading James Wiseman for a player that can help you today will definitely open up that window just a little bit more and see if they can squeeze out one more ring in Golden State. The first trade I have for them is with the Raptors. Now, earlier in the playoffs, it came out that the Raptors and Warriors were having rumors that they would trade Wiseman for Siakam. Now, this trade that I have would be Wiseman and Wiggins for Siakam. Now, for the Warriors, getting Siakam would allow Draymond to go right back to playing the 5, putting Siakam at the 4, and you're right back to rolling. All you need is some more wings, get Clay back, get Steph right, and we're good to go. Honestly, people on the Raptors were saying that they wouldn't give up Siakam ever. He's a really good player. Like, he would increase the Warriors' championship hopes a lot. But if he's your second option, I don't know how high your championship expectations are. If he's your third option, they could be pretty high. But if he's your second, I don't really know how much he can help. For the Raptors, getting Wiggins, a solidified NBA player to go with your number 4 pick, and getting Wiseman, who has superstar potential. He's got the superstar potential. You cannot deny that. Now, has he shown some bad signs, some good signs? Yes, but every player does. It's the NBA. These players are 19 when they come to the league. LeBron is 36. He's been doing this his whole life. Literally for James Wiseman's whole life. So you can't expect a guy to just come in the league and just tear down everything his first season. Wiseman definitely still has that potential, and the Raptors scouting and training and development, they definitely could get the most out of Wiseman. Whatever the most out of Wiseman is, they will definitely get it out of him. And at the end of the day, honestly, Siakam, Wiggins, besides the big man stuff, what does Siakam give you that Wiggins can't if you're Toronto? Pretty much the same. Siakam's a little bit bigger. Like I said, the big man stuff. Andrew Wiggins got the defense. I like his bag a little bit more. Siakam might be a little bit more efficient, but I definitely like Andrew Wiggins' bag a little bit more. Got the pull-ups, got the betweens, got the shakes. He's smooth. He's just got to put it together. And going back to Canada, that might do it for him. Who knows? Now, this next team I have, I actually wanted them to draft Wiseman last season. They made a great run this playoffs though, and they now have a future superstar in Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks have a nice young nucleus. So adding a big who could pair nicely with Trae and give you a lot of superstar potential, you could possibly have 2 Cam Reddish, 3 superstars. And now we're cooking with real hot grease in Atlanta. So the trade would look something like James Wiseman and Kelly Oubre for DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, and a future first. Now for the Warriors, you get a big. We can have Capella play in that Kevin Looney role, a little bit more high upper echelon player. We also would get Hunter, and he showed that he could lock down on defense. Now, he did get hurt towards the end of the year, and he wasn't able to finish the Hawks run, but we all saw the defensive signs. We know the Warriors training and development staff is great down there. If they can get him some offense too, he's already a 3-and-D. He's ready to play 3-and-D. He can contribute to a championship right now, but if you get more offense and you can get him to help build for your future, that's a plus. Plus the future first, let's run it. Let's run it. And like I said, for the Hawks, possibly 2, maybe even 3, hopefully Cam Reddish. That would just open up more for Cam Reddish possibly, and they could all 3 play together. That would be something really, really special in Atlanta Brewing. Now, the last trade I have, I got a blockbuster for you guys. Bradley Beal from the Wizards. Now, we all seen the pouting faces. We know that Bradley does not want to be there if they're not winning. He has too much loyalty in him, so obviously he's not just going to walk and go and join the super team the first chance he gets. But this offseason, it might happen this offseason. It definitely might happen this offseason. The Warriors have the lottery picks, they have some assets, and they are ready to go. So if they need to throw in even more future first-round picks, I'm definitely sure that they're ready. Let's break down the trade for you guys. The deal would look something like Bradley Beal and Deni Avdija for Andrew Wiggins, pick number 7, pick number 14, and a couple of future first-rounders. 2, maybe even 3. Bradley Beal, he's worth it. Plus, you're getting another young player in Deni Avdija. He fits the Warriors system so much, just a very cerebral player. He plays at his own pace. He definitely could play like the 4 for them, right next to Draymond. He's got the shot already. I really like Deni Avdija as a young prospect. And with the Warriors, like I said, they're going to get the most out of them. Warriors, Toronto, OKC, those training staffs are going to get the most. You can add the Heat on there some days. Now, for the Wizards, like we said, Bradley Beal, we've seen the pouting faces. He can only be there so long. You don't want to keep him so long and then he just walk for nothing. You got to get the most assets you can. So getting 7 and 14 in this, you're right back to where you are. You already got Rui Hachimura. You have a sniper. Let's see what we can do. Let's trade Russ too and see if we can get some even more young assets. I definitely saw a rumor of Russ going to the Lakers for Schroeder and Kuz. You get a 3-and-D player in Kuz, possibly with some 20-point per game potential. That's what he said. That's his words. Schroeder, that's your starting point guard. You would be good. You'd be set. Let's get some young assets. Let's try to build a culture, and let's go from there. 7 and 14, plus Wiggins. We all know he's not a dog, but he's an NBA player. At the end of the day, he's a really good NBA player. If he's your third option, you're in decent shape. You're in decent shape. You cannot complain too heavy. I would love to see this, though. Bradley Beal on the Warriors. Even if Clay doesn't come back, that's good. We're still okay. We got Brad. Yes, we had to get rid of James, but Draymond's supposed to be playing the 5 anyway, because him at the 4, he's not helping us. He's not hitting no shots. It's not looking good right now. So I would really like that, and give Steph one more chance to go get a ring. Bradley Beal, go Gators. Give him a chance to go get a ring too. Now, the next player we have is Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner is only 26 years old, $17 million left on a 2-year deal. That's $17 million each year. Very nice young player, can stretch it out to the 3. He was averaging 5 blocks a game at one point last year. Definitely can protect the rim for you. It's just not working with him and Sabonis. It's the fit, it's not right. Sabonis can stretch the floor a little bit too. It looks nice some games, but other games it just looks atrocious. So I could definitely see them moving Miles Turner, letting Sabonis run the 5 in crunch time, start off with the 4 maybe, and getting some more nice young assets for Miles Turner and try to see if we can get to the top 3-4 seed if we're the Pacers. Now, here are 3 trades for Miles Turner that I think could help them a lot. Now, the first trade I have is with the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pacers would send Miles Turner and a first-round pick, maybe even 2, for Brandon Ingram. I think Miles Turner, right next to Zion, that would be perfect for Zion. If we're going to run point Zion, we need to have a center that can not only stretch the floor, but can protect the rim as well. Miles Turner, I just said he was averaging 5 blocks a game. He can do both of those for you for sure. Him and Miles and Zion in a pick and roll, Zion at the point, I don't even know what that looks like. I'm kind of scared. That's very intriguing. They could possibly make that work. Steven Adams next to Zion, I know what Coach was trying to do, Coach SVG. He was trying to have another big in there, so you can't have a big on Zion. It made sense basketball-wise, but Steven Adams not being able to help much on the offensive end, it made it clunky. Having Miles Turner being able to stretch the floor, Zion just clear pastures in the paint, I'm scared. I'm scared for the rest of the league myself. Now for the Pacers, getting Brandon Ingram, this is probably the best player we've gotten in a very, very long time. Very long time. Oladipo, maybe. But having Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, Brandon Ingram, that is a squad. That is a squad. Plus we got Sabonis. Oh, we have a nice young squad. Let's see if we can make a run, at least a top 3 seed. We have a new coach too. We got to go for it. We don't get any free agents in Indiana. We have to go for it. Now, the next trade I have it's simple. Spurs for the 12th pick. Why would the Spurs do this? They're just building up. They have a lot of nice young assets. Jakob Poeltl was a very good center for them, but offensively, he lacks a lot. He definitely lacks a lot. So having a center that can't help you offensively, that doesn't seem like Pop's way. He's never run like that. Timmy D, David Robinson, even DeJuan Blair, like offensively very skilled. So I said DeJuan Blair, I meant Boris Diaw. My bad. Anyway, getting another young player to add to your young nucleus, see who meshes together, and then going from there, trading all the young players that aren't fitting and getting some more first-round picks. I could definitely see the Spurs just saying, "Freak it, we don't want that many more young players. I want a player who could play today, right now. I'm not trying to teach somebody to play in the NBA today." And for the Pacers, the 12th pick, that's a haul. That's an asset. That's a very nice asset for Miles Turner. He hasn't even made an All-Star game. So getting a lottery pick for a guy who hasn't made an All-Star game, you got to take that every single day. Now, this last trade probably isn't the most value that Indiana can get, but for the Raptors, because that's who the trade would be to, the Raptors, this would be a very good look for them. Getting a center, because that was their biggest chunk last year. Aaron Baines was so terrible last year. He was atrocious last year. Getting a center who could solidify that paint for you, hit some threes, spread the floor for Siakam, let him work, that would help a lot. So Hood, Boucher, and 1, maybe 2 future first rounds, maybe a future first and a second rounder for Miles Turner. I think that's a nice pickup for Miles Turner. Boucher, he's shown some flashes. Maybe he could play next to Sabonis. He gives me Sabonis vibes, the way he can spread the floor. He's a little more nimble, I would say, than Sabonis, but definitely could spread the floor at plus 6'9". Rodney Hood, I think we all know, lefty shooter. We all know what he can do. He's not taking you like way past the threshold, but if you have a contender and you need another shooter, you can get Rodney Hood. So the Pacers can kind of look at that as another first round pick if they wanted to. Just how you look at things. Now, these last two, I have 2 Timberwolves teammates. Now, why do I have 2 Timberwolves teammates? In my personal opinion, if I was the Timberwolves and I wanted to make my team better, I would be trading D'Angelo Russell. But reports came out early this offseason that D'Angelo Russell is untouchable. Now, it makes sense because that's Cat's bestie. If you want to keep your superstar happy, obviously keep his best friend happy. Like that, I think that makes perfect sense. So, would they trade Ant? I don't think they should, but you got to trade a superstar if you want a superstar back. Why do I say a superstar? Apparently, the Timberwolves really want Ben Simmons badly. Makes sense because, honestly, the perfect Ben Simmons needs a center that can hit the 3 consistently, very consistently, to play next to him. Cat does that over 40% multiple times in his NBA career. So I think Ben Simmons, and Cat next to each other in the front court would look pretty dangerous. And in this league, if you want stars, you have to give up stars. That's the only way it works. So if they want Ben Simmons that badly, The only way they're going to get him is giving up Ant or giving up D'Lo. That's your only choices. So first, let's look at some D'Angelo Russell trades. Now, the Orlando Magic have the 5th and the 8th pick in this upcoming draft. That's 2 top 10 picks. You got to make something happen off of that. If you don't, sell your team, change the GM, to burn it. You're not doing anything with your squad if you can't flip those 2 top 10 picks into at least one superstar, one star, something. So personally, I definitely could see them trading one of those picks for a player that's already in the league. Let's just get a guy that we know can already hoop. I don't want to get a young guy and have 2 busts. Then I really got to sell my team. Like, they're going to run me out of town if I draft 2 busts. So I definitely could see them trading the 8th pick and Markelle Fultz and possibly RJ Hampton for D'Angelo Russell. RJ Hampton, I said possibly because he's a very nice young player. It all depends really on how they see Markelle Fultz, though. Markelle Fultz was showing really signs of life in being that #1 pick before he got injured again. Now, do I think he can get to that potential that we saw right before the draft? It might not be there anymore, but he definitely could be a starting point guard in this league, for sure. High caliber one, too, at that. So getting a guy with that type of potential isn't bad. And plus, like I said, RJ Hampton, he was moved from Denver last year. He actually didn't get to play much in Denver last year because he was dealing with an injury. Finally got back from the injury, got traded to Orlando. He had a whirlwind of a season. So I think starting somewhere, being able to set his feet somewhere and get able to prove that he belongs, he will prove that he belongs. If the Timberwolves do this trade, they definitely would need a point guard. So allowing RJ to run out there, you let Ant put up 40 shots last year, let RJ put up 20-something shots this year. See how it goes. And the 8th pick, we don't have a pick this first round. That's a haul. I got to do what I got to do. I'm sorry, Cat. I hope you stay, but if not, then we're sick. Now I got one more trade for D'Angelo Russell before we hop into Anthony Edwards. This would be a trade for Ben Simmons. The Sixers would get D'Angelo Russell, and the Timberwolves would get Ben Simmons and a future first and possibly the 28th pick. Now, this all depends on how the Timberwolves see Ben Simmons. Personally, I do still think he has that potential. He could be a superstar. We just saw Giannis win Finals MVP. He hit maybe 2 threes in that game. He hit 1, I'm pretty sure. But he's not a shooter. You don't need a jump shot to win. You know who needs a jump shot? People who can't get to the rim by themselves. That's who needs a jump shot. When you could get to the layups all game long, you're just going to take layups all game long. So I definitely could see Ben Simmons still becoming a superstar. Next to Cat, like I said, that front court, them two in a pick and roll, I'm terrified. Ant and Ben Simmons in a pick and roll with Cat in the corner, I'm still, call the police. Call the police. I'm terrified. So that would be very, very special for the Timberwolves. Now we're moving in a direction. Some type of direction. For the Sixers, we got a point guard that can shoot. We have a point guard that can shoot and make plays. That is all we need. Joel Embiid, carry us. If you can't carry us, then we're fried either way. But at least we got a point guard that isn't going to hold us back, because Ben Simmons was only hindering us at this point. So getting a pick, getting D'Angelo Russell back, I gotta take that. I'm happy with that. Plus the 28th pick, possibly, yeah. I gotta take that. No, I said that wrong. I'm gonna just cut it. All right. Last player we have is Anthony Edwards. I got 2 trades for Anthony Edwards, both for Ben Simmons, and they're both 3-team trades. They're both 3-team trades because if the Sixers are going to deal Ben Simmons, yes, Ant is going to be a very, very good young player, but they need somebody that is proven. They need somebody that's going to hoop today, right now, efficiently too. Ant wasn't that efficient, but he was great last year. No knock against him. I think he's going to be a great player, maybe even the second coming of Dwayne Wade. We will see. But if I'm the Sixers, I need a player that can play right now. So for the first 3-team trade I have, the Timberwolves would be getting Ben Simmons, the Nuggets would be getting Anthony Edwards, and the Sixers would be getting Michael Porter Jr. and a future first. The Sixers are getting a future first because we definitely saw Michael Porter Jr. possibly re-injure himself in the playoffs last year. He still was playing, but he definitely didn't look all the way right. But before that, and before he caught COVID, That's baby KD. If anybody's baby KD, that's baby KD. The world is his oyster offensively. The jumper, the turnaround, the pull-ups, he could do it all. He could do it all. So the Sixers would have an offensive threat from everywhere on the floor. You got the post, you got a 3-level scorer, you got Tobias Harris too. Let's run it. I'm about it. All we need is a point guard that can pass the ball. Literally, all you gotta do is pass the ball. I mean, not literally. Please shoot it a couple times. We're traumatized. For the Nuggets, what this does to your timeline, it just resets it so perfectly. You get another star, another young budding star on a rookie deal now. We were gonna have to pay MPJ in a year or two. That's why he's also getting packaged with a first-round pick. Now Anthony Edwards, we don't gotta pay you for 3 more years. We gotta wait on Jamal Murray to come back now. He's not gonna be ready next year. Even if he comes to play in the middle of next year, he's not gonna be himself. It's gonna take the whole year, and then maybe even into something next year. We got Aaron Gordon. We're gonna have to pay him after next year. This just resets our timeline so perfectly. Lobs Jokic to Anthony Edwards. Oh, that would be incredible to watch. Incredible to watch. So I definitely can see the Nuggets doing that for that. And then, like I said, the Timberwolves, if you want Ben Simmons, you got to do what you got to do to get Ben Simmons. If that's what you want, you're going to have to give up a star. One of them. Choose. It's going to have to be one of them. Now, I got one more 3-team trade for you guys before we wrap it up. This would be a trade with the Timberwolves, Sixers, and Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder would be getting Anthony Edwards in the 28th pick. The Sixers would be getting Kemba Walker, Bazley, and the 18th pick. And the Timberwolves would be getting Ben Simmons. Now, if I'm OKC, if for some reason I have to throw in a first-round pick because I'm getting Ant, I'm doing it. I don't care. I got another superstar, plus I got my other pick. I got my other top 5 pick. Let's run it. We're ready. We are ready. If I'm the Sixers, I got my veteran point guard in Kemba Walker. He's not cardiac Kemba still. The knees weren't all the way there in the playoffs, but he could still score. Plus, I'm getting Bazley, another young player who can contribute at the least. If he's not going to be a 16, 17-point player, he's definitely going to come off the bench, give me a nice spark. But I personally believe Bazley is going to grow into a possibly even 20-point per game scorer. So getting a nice young asset who could be a scorer, if everything doesn't work out and we have to blow it up, we got somebody we could build around. Plus, we get another first-round pick. We got to take it. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, it's not it. It's not it. So whatever we can get to try to maximize Joel Embiid, we got to maximize Joel Embiid. And getting a 3-level scorer like Kemba, getting Bazley, a nice young prospect, and a pick. But OKC, if you can get Anthony Edwards, Shai, and whoever we pick up in the draft this year, Poku, Lu Dort, just sell them the league. They got it. They're going to have it. And then they're going to have it again because they got all the draft picks. They're good. OKC is going to be set. But that is all for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Boring Ballin'. Comment your favorite trade from today. Let me know some other trades you guys want me to see, some other players you guys want me to look into. Maybe your team. I can let you know what your team should do this offseason. You could catch us on Twitter at Boring_Ballin_. My personal Twitter is at CHEEZ_0. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Deuce.